Mr. Chairman.
How are you? I believe we can get started. I wanted to make sure we had our quorum. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I'm back at the county seat, at least for tonight. And I'm grateful to the staff for making provisions so that I could take this meeting from our hearing room. So welcome. The September 17th, 2020 meeting of the Baltimore County Planning Board is now called to order. My name is Scott Phillips and I'm the chairman of the board. We will start with a roll call to account for the members of the board present. Is Mr. Schweitzer present? Ms. Pinero? Mr. Hartman?
Present.
Mr. Halupka?
Here.
Ms. Huff?
Here.
Okay, thought I saw Ms. Wilson. Mr. McGinnis?
Here.
Heard your voice. Mr. Heckman?
Present.
Mr. Heinel? Mr. Perlow?
Here.
I saw you. Mr. Warren?
Here.
And Mr. Baird. Okay, thank you. So we have a quorum. If you would join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
One nation.
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Mr. Muehlberger is here with me, and I don't know if you all can see him, but I will ask Miles, are there any changes to the agenda as it was presented?
No, Mr. Chair, there are no changes as published.
Very good. All right, board members, in your September 10th email, you received the draft minutes of the September 3rd, 2020 meeting. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes? All right. Not hearing any responses, I'm assuming everybody's had an opportunity to review the minutes. Are there any corrections, additions, or any modifications to the minutes of the September 3rd, 2020 board meeting? If not, the chair will entertain a motion to accept the minutes as circulated.
Motion.
That was Mr. Warren.
Yep.
Mr. Warren has made the motion and it was seconded by?
I'll
Is there-
second.
Is that Mr. Heckman?
Hartman.
Hartman? Thank you very much. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed have the same right. Not hearing any, motion carries, and the board meetings minutes are adopted. Our first item for introduction today is the Water Supply and Sewage Plan 2020 Triennial Review. We have Ms. Erin McKinnis and Ms. Lisa Eichholz from the Department of Public Works to introduce the Water Supply and Sewage Master Plan Technical Review. After Ms. McKenna and Ms. Eichholz have finished their introduction, I will call for a motion to set a public hearing on the matter. Please join me in welcoming Ms. McKinnis and Ms. Eichholz.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's Erin McKenna from the Water Design Section again, Department of Public Works. Introducing the Water Supply and Sewage Plan for the 2020 Triennial Review to the Planning Board. Just a little brief explanation. The Triennial Review is a comprehensive master plan document, and it's updated every 3 years as required by the state. And the Departments of Planning, Environmental Protection, and Public Works all work together to create this document. It examines the current and future water and sewer needs and flow data of the county, and this is based on population projections provided by the Department of Planning. The Triennial Review is similar to the 10-year land use master plan, but while the land use master plan is not subject to state approval, the triennial review of the water and sewer plan must be consistent with the approved land use master plan, or the state will reject it. So we need to make sure everything looks good. Due to the large file size, the documents are going to be available electronically only on the DPW website for viewing and download. And we were having some technical difficulties uploading everything, but it looks like as of right before this meeting, everything finally got uploaded to the website. And Miles has the link that he can send out to everyone to review. And per the request of the planning board, I'm going to present more detailed information regarding the 2020 triennial review at the public hearing. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions today or in the coming weeks after you've had time to review the document.
Are there any questions for Ms. McKenna at this point in time? If not, then the chair will entertain a motion to set a hearing.
Be it moved that the Baltimore County Planning Board sets a public hearing regarding the water supply and sewage plan 2020 review on Thursday, October 1st, 2020 at 5 p.m.
You've heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Hartman?
Heckman.
Heckman? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting. All right, Mr. Heckman. All right, you've heard the motion, and there's been a second. Any unreadiness? Not hearing any unreadiness. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed have the same right. Not hearing any, motion carries. Thank you all very, very much. The second item on our agenda for this evening is an item we had sent over to the staff to review based upon a request. So next we will have Mr. Joseph Fracker from the Department of Planning to introduce to the board an overview of the staff report on the definition for dormitories. This report is a follow-up to a prior staff report addressed to the Baltimore County Planning Board on Council Resolution 7319, conversion of commercial space, condominium, or apartment-style buildings. In that report, adopted by the Planning Board on October the 3rd, 2019, county staff recommended that a definition for dormitory be added to the Baltimore County zoning regulations, BZR, to give the county the tools necessary to regulate this issue. After Mr. Fracker has finished his introduction, I will call for a motion to set a public hearing on the matter for October 1st, 2020. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Joseph Fracker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the Planning Board. The item before you today is staff's report on developing a definition for dormitories in the Baltimore County zoning regulations. This report is a follow-up to the prior staff report, as mentioned, to the Baltimore County Planning Board on Council Resolution 7319, conversion of commercial space condominium apartment style buildings, which was adopted by the Planning Board on October 3rd of 2019. In developing this report, staff chaired a stakeholder advisory committee that met over the summer. From the stakeholder sessions, staff determined that adding a definition for dormitory and another definition for purpose-built student housing would best reflect the nature of student housing in the county. This is reflected in option 3 in the recommendations of this report. At this time, we would request that a public hearing be scheduled for October 1st, at which time staff will present the findings of this report to the board. With that, I am happy to entertain any questions, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Fracker. Do any board members have any questions at this time? All right. If there are no further questions, I'll entertain a motion to set a public hearing for the definition of dormitories in the Baltimore County zoning regulations.
Be it moved that the Baltimore County Planning Board sets a public hearing regarding the proposal for the definition of dormitories in Baltimore County zoning regulations for Thursday, October 1st, 2020 at 5 p.m.
Heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A second from Mr. Warren. Any questions? No questions. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed have the same right. Not hearing any.
I just have, I'm sorry.
Okay, not hearing any opposition, the motion carries. Thank you very much. We will be set for the October 1st hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I have one question for
Sure.
staff. I assume the rest of the board also received 2 copies of the report. Just wondering which one is the most recent one. There was a PDF version that came, I think, today, and a Microsoft Word, I think, version that came a few days ago. They're both the same?
It's the one that came today that you should be looking at. The
Okay,
one that probably came around 2:30 or 3, I'm guessing.
that's fine.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just wanted
thank
to
you.
know which one to read. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, very good. Item number 3, report from the September 10th, 2020 meeting of the Landmarks Preservation Commission. I did not hear Ms. Panero. Will Mr. Muehlberger, will you be handling that?
I'm actually here.
Oh, there we go.
I just joined a minute late and I apologize. My puppy is eating my carpet.
Uh-oh.
My brand new COVID puppy. So I apologize that it looks like I'm sort of distracted off camera. It's because I am. But I am happy to read the action summary from the September 17th LPC meeting.
Thank you.
At the September 10th, 2020 meeting of the Landmarks Preservation Commission, the LPC voted to issue 8 certificates of appropriateness, COAs, to the following properties. Drood property located at 4950 Tulip Avenue in Relay. Bacon Crosby House, Hawks property located at 2939 Moncton Road in Moncton. The Gaiman property located at 4610 Prospect Avenue in Glendon. Homewood and Setting Vanek property located at 717 Edmondson Avenue in Catonsville. Bay Hair property located at 4611 Prospect Avenue in Glendon. The Green property located at 3609 Stony Brook Road in Fieldstone. Acklick property located at 1602 Bologna Avenue. Bella Grove and Setting Sweet Lachlan property located at 12 Hillview Drive in Catonsville. And I believe that is it.
Very good. Thank you, Ms. Panero. The last item on the agenda this evening is recent County Council legislation of interest to the board. Mr. Muehlberger, please fill us in on the legislation recently passed by the Baltimore County Council following our last meeting.
Yes, Mr. Chair. First is Bill 76-20, zoning regulations, uses permitted in the manufacturing light zone for the purpose of permitting certain medical facilities in the ML zone. Bill 78-20, zoning regulations, uses permitted, Honeygo Overlay District for the purpose of authorizing certain facilities within the Honeygo Overlay District under certain conditions and generally relating to the Honeygo Overlay District. Bill 79-20, the comprehensive zoning map, first district, for the purpose of replacing and repealing certain existing zoning maps and to adopt an official zoning map for the first councilmanic district of Baltimore County, such map to be known as the 2020 official comprehensive first councilmanic district zoning map for Baltimore County, and to supersede any previous zoning maps approved by the County Council of Baltimore County for that particular district. Bill 80-20, the comprehensive zoning map, second district, for the purpose of repealing certain existing zoning maps for the second councilmanic district and creating the 2020 official comprehensive second councilmanic district zoning map. Bill 81-20, the comprehensive zoning map, third district. Bill 82-20, the comprehensive zoning map, fourth district. Bill 83-20, the comprehensive zoning map, fifth district. Bill 84-20, the comprehensive zoning map, 6th district, and Bill 85-20, the comprehensive zoning map, 7th district, as well as Resolution 90-20, approval, continuation of a state emergency executive order, number 2020-002, a resolution to extend the state of emergency for an additional 25 days from September 12, 2020, which will end on October 7, 2020, or until the county executive declares the end of the state of emergency, whichever occurs first.
Thank you, Mr. Muehlberger. And that really concludes our agenda for this evening. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very much. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Wolfson. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you all very much. This is a very smooth and no technical difficulties tonight. So thank you all very much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back together on October the 1st. I will encourage you that if you have any questions about the two items that we'll be hearing on October the 1st, that you reach out to staff and try to get as many of your questions answered as possible. And that way we can move the meeting along on October the 1st. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Chairman.
Good night.